So here is the question for you and your tribe. Are you and your tribe strategic dreamers? So the question is, well, what's a strategic dreamer, Coach Ed? Here it is. It is when you get together, do you talk about possibilities? Do you talk about really your dreams? That what would be your dream day, what I call your freedom day, where you wake up and you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, as long as you want, with who you want. Do you ask questions like that? And then do you start putting the strategy together? This is what I know. And you've already done it in different areas of your life. So all you have to do is really look at that. Go, oh my gosh, yes, I did do that. The first thing that came to me when I literally wrote this down 5 minutes ago was I was a strategic dreamer actually a couple of years ago, where I wanted to get a certain time in one of the hero workouts, Murph. I wanted to get sub 40 minutes and I didn't get it. And I missed it by 44 seconds. So I started to look at, okay, what's this? First of all, it blows my mind that I could do it. So I was dreaming like 40 minutes, a sub 40 minute Murph is really, really good. Like that's fit for a young guy and for somebody that's not super young chronologically. Is that the word I'm looking for? It's really fast. So I put the strategy together. And what happened was that little dream came true. And I did it actually in sub 39 minutes. So who do you hang out with? Are you and your tribe strategic dreamers? If not, implement that. We have no clue what we are capable of. You have no clue what you're capable of. And that is when somebody asks me, like, what is the job of a coach and or mentor? My answer is very simple. Their job, my job, is to always see you bigger and better than you see yourself. Isn't that cool? That is just such a great position to be in. And sometimes we have to look in the mirror. And if you like it too, you can scream at yourself. You're better than this. Get up. Let's go. You were born for greatness. You have a champion inside you. In fact, this morning, a friend of mine, my boy Keith, we talk almost every morning. And what I do with some of my clients, not some of them, almost all of them, as long as they were an athlete at some point in their life or they were a musician, they had to have performed some way, is I take them back to the time they got first place or won the match or won the game or hit the home run. And I have them tap into that feeling. And it could literally be when you were 6 years old. It doesn't have to be high school or collegiate. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I don't know if you saw my little Facebook post, but yesterday, man, I got beat up a little bit, man. Everything was going sideways, falling off the cliff, and it was what it was, man. I just had to cover up and go, all right, today is going to end. Tomorrow is going to be a completely different day. And it always is. By the way, bad days always end, and so do good days. So it's just a day. It's just a day. This morning when I woke up and I was talking to my friend Keith, I told him I literally tapped into, we're going back to the 80s now, 1983, I'm playing defensive back. I'm the captain of the football team, man. And our first game of the season, and last year, the year before, this team, Academy Park, beat us really bad. I can't even remember the score, but they beat us really bad. And we had high hopes. First drive, man, they're driving down the field, man, and they look like the Dallas Cowboys, the same colors. Everybody had sweatbands on. It was the 80s, you know, that deal. They're driving, and I can tell my team is going, like their thought was like, oh my gosh, here we go again. I can't believe this. And I said to myself, you got to make the play. You got to make the play. Let's go. I'm going to change this right now. And again, 1983, man, back, stepped in front of the ball, intercepted the ball, took it to the house for a 93-yard touchdown. That's 40 years ago, man. And I still got that. I still have that champion inside me. I still have that college prospect defensive back inside me. Tap into that shit, man. It's really good. I am ranting today. I hope you're enjoying this. So, strategic dreamers, stick with the winners. There is nothing wrong with dreaming. And I'll go back to when I was with my old brokerage from 2009 to 2015. Very smart people, brilliant people. They were doing well before I got there. Disclaimer. But they weren't thinking big enough. They weren't dreaming big enough. And I knew what was possible. And that's how we went from being ranked third in the county to ranked number 1 in the county and number 8 in the United States of America out of all real estate offices. I had great people around me. They helped me strategize. But without the dream, without that vision, it could have never been done. You got to be a little crazy. You got to sort of go like, hey man, I can do this. This is going to be done. Consider it done. And with what I'm working with now, I was speaking with one of my growth partners today, and this time next year, we will have 5 growth partners that are well into the 6 figures in rev share. You gotta believe it before you see it. And at the same time, you got to visualize it. Got to visualize that stuff intensely. All right, strategic dreamers, there you are. With that, real estate. How are we going to bulletproof our business? How are you going to bulletproof your business? So the easy way, or I would even call it the old school way, which is fine, by the way, but we got to add more to it. Double down on your database. Double down on connecting with your database. Create some super fans. And a super fan is somebody that you're a super fan of. Sometimes I call them strategic partners. But this super fan, they believe in you so much, they're referring you no less than 3 opportunities a year. So that is sort of well, yeah, duh, Ed, no kidding. Right? Double down on your database, connect with your people, add value, do the food drives, do the coat drives. By the way, if you want to reach out to me, I'll help you put a real simple 1-page business plan together. I love to help agents get to 200 grand a year in income. My average of the small group that I coach is around 30 million a year. In production, but I love getting agents to 6 to 8 million, something like that, man. And it's actually very easy, especially in the markets that I work in. The average sale price is easily 400,000. So we're talking 20 homes. We're not even talking 2 settlements a month, right? Think about that. All right, so bulletproofing your business. Now here's where I get slack sometimes, and it's okay. I'm used to it. I love the everything. But we got to start looking at our numbers. And the numbers are, and this is going to be bold, man. If you were paying a 6% royalty, negotiate it. Don't pay it. Don't pay it. That's so old-fashioned and traditional. And look, I was one of those guys that would say, hey, the 6% is to pay for, so we got the trainer. It's just pure money grab from the work that you do. So get rid of it, right? If you need help how to negotiate this stuff, I can help you. And again, I know this is bold. I know it's in your face, but it's from me. It's with love because I care about you. By the way, this isn't about companies, and so we're not going to go there here. It's about bulletproofing your business for your family so that at the end of the day, you're netting as much income doing the same amount of work. All right, so that's the first that's got to go. Next is I have a company that I'm a huge advocate of. Even though I wave the EXP flag, I understand that there are agents that are like, I don't like being with a big company, or I'm not interested in revenue share or stock. One of the ways that we bulletproof our company or our business is investing in real estate. And there are companies down here in Florida that I can connect you with. In my old hometown, shout out to my friends at VRA, Vanguard. Steve Seymour and his crew, I coach a few of his agents. I'm a big advocate and a big fan of theirs. Their goal, in fact, I was helping them put together their recruiting campaign a few years ago. And I was like, why should people join you? Why should people join you? Why should agents join you? And it was fun. And at the end, after like just going back and forth, the owner, the founder, Steve, looked at me and said, well, and this was like 2 years ago, so they probably already nailed this. He said, well, we do want to create 24 millionaires in the next 18 months, and we already have 5. And I was like, bam, that's it, man. That's what you guys do. So he has helped his agents bulletproof their business by investing, right? There you go. Definitely investing in, and I don't care if it's $3,000 a year or $300,000 a year, the title company. Like if you're not invited to join a title company, you need to take a look at that. I have one, we have one in the Philly, Jersey area. If you want to become a partner, reach out to me. Revenue, I was going to say profit share, but profit share is unpredictable. I'm just telling you the truth. It is. I'm so grateful for the close to $300,000 over the 10 years or whatever that's been paid to me in profit share. But the one thing that I realized, and it took me a while, is it's unpredictable. And I have no control over it. Right? So if the agents that I've recruited to my profit share tree, if they're connected to market centers that aren't profitable, which by the way, most of them aren't, your profit share is going to go down like mine did, like 70%. So rev share and stock. And yes, this is a plug for EXP. So if you're an agent out there doing your business, and at the end of the year, you refer 4 agents to the company, and you get awarded stock, and at the end of the year, that equates to an additional, say, $30,000 or $40,000 for doing the same thing that you would do at your other company and not being rewarded for that. It's definitely reason to at least look at it, right? But these are the ways to bulletproof your real estate business. Focus on your database. Create raving fans, super fans, strategic partners. Invest in real estate. Make sure you're a partner in the title company and that you're receiving revenue share. Get rid of the 6%. That's so 80s, maybe even 70s. And maybe the most important, we'll go right back to the strategic dreamers. Who is in your tribe? Who is in your tribe? Who is around you? My partner Guillermo and I, we're going back and forth. He's in Spain, right? And we're going back and forth. And it's like good friction, man. It's like bam, 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 bam. He throws a jab, I throw a right hook. Not at each other, but you get it. And it was just great what we created today. Who is in your tribe? This is why we have to bulletproof our business. And then we're going to go on to some other things here real quick. They, whoever they is, the experts, there's going to be a lot changing in the real estate world, in the real estate brokerage world. Hedge fund companies are starting to buy up real estate now, right? And of course, there's just like, oh my God, you're not going to be able to buy a house in 10 years. Well, that's probably extreme, but just like everything, it's going to cut into it. And has anyone else asked the question, why are there so many apartment buildings being built right now? Well, that's why. So bulletproof your business. If you want help with it, I don't care what company you're with, what you own or don't own. If you want help with that, reach out to me. I'd be more than happy. All right, that's real estate stuff. Now we're going to get into just the overall market and what's going on. How's the vibe out there? What can you control? What can't you control? Well, the one thing, especially now with all these rumors, and look, I'm over the whole this strand, this vax, that mask. I'm over it. One of my best friends, the Baconator, passed away from it. I don't take it lightly. At the same time, with all of that stuff that happened a couple years ago, now, if that wasn't a wake-up call to get your shit in order with your health, then I don't know what is. And I'm going to be a little bit in your face because I love you and I care about you. What would it take? What would it take knowing that the number one contributor to that boogeyman taking you out was obesity? Like, what the fuck is it going to take? Right? So the one thing you can control, and by the way, this can be shifted in 60 days, really 30 days, is your health. The reason why a lot of people get anxious when the market turns and jobs are down and inflation's up and all this madness that's going on is because they feel like they don't control anything. They have no control over anything. Well, the one thing you can control, and you can control it, I'm giving you permission to control it. Doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It's how many calories go into your body, what kind of calories go into your body, how you move your body, do you sweat, do you work out, right? And you may not be able to control the thoughts that go in your brain, but you can control the way you react to them and what you do with them. So get control of your health right now. Like right now. Again, if you need help with that, that's something that I'm no expert, and disclaimer, I can't treat, cure, whatever they say, diseases, whatever. However, I whipped my own ass into shape over the last couple of years, dropped 40 pounds, body fat's around 12%. And I'm happy I did it, man. I feel phenomenal. And I can help you too. It's really simple. But do it, man. Do it for your family. And the other thing is, what's the questions that we ask ourselves? And I learned this from Mel Robbins. I like, a lot of my mentors are men. I don't know why, but they just are. But the one person who is a female that I can go to and I go, man, she's a badass. And I like to have females in that so I can say to my female friends that want a female like mentor to look at, here she is, Mel Robbins. And here's her thing. If you start to feel overwhelmed or anxious, just ask yourself this question. What if it all works out? What if it all works out? Pretty cool. What if? What if? Me and one of my growth partners were having this. What if this time next year you have 200 people in your revenue share tree and you're bringing in, 170 grand a year in passive recurring income? It's pretty cool. What if? What if it all works out? What if they say yes? What if that brokerage moves into your company? And here's one thing, and I'll end with this. In leadership, think about who do you know that's just a great charismatic leader. Think about that. And if you can, maybe type in to the comments who that charismatic leader is. There's 3 things that they deliver. And the reason why you like them, I mean, you've heard me go over this 100 times, but this is who you want to choose to be in business with. Here are the questions to ask about that person. If you were asking yourself, do they care about me? Can they help me? Can I trust them? Do they care about me? Can they help me? Can I trust them? Those are the 3 questions when looking for that charismatic leader. And here's the other part of it. Again, speaking with one of my growth partners today, the difference is no one is going to outlove us. And I mean that. No one is going to outlove us. There might be bigger organizations, and that's okay. But there's not going to be a tighter family feel than what we are creating. And I will go up against any leader in any industry. No one can outlove me. It's impossible. You can't do it. I was at, back in my KW days, and this is so cool because Dave Kennard, who was the president of EXP, actually nominated me to be the guy from his region at the time to recruiting mega agents. And at the time I had just recruited Gary Mercer, who's now a $300 million producer. And there were 3 or 4 other panelists, and they were asked, like, hey, how do you do what you do? And these, I think they were all men, were brilliant. I think they were all Harvard grads, Mike. And then there's me. And I was saying that laughing. I'm like, actually, I'm smarter than them in a lot of ways, but I respect them. And when it got to me after they did their presentation, like literally, I was like, these guys are phenomenal, man. They are impressive. I don't even know what half the words they were saying meant. But there's one thing, and I'll say it to this day, there's one thing that I have that they don't have. And I'll go up against anybody. Nobody can beat me in this. You can't outlove me. And when I look back to my KW Exton days, that's what we had. That's what we created, right? In our little office there in Exton, PA, you had myself, you had Brian Brainerd, who was a love machine himself, man, and I miss that guy. And then you had Amanda Nettles, who loved in a different way and kept us in line. And it was an incredible combo. So that's who we want to look at. That's who you want to look at to lead you from here on out. I know I covered a lot. Thanks for hanging with me. Real estate agents, reach out to me if you want to learn how to bulletproof your business. Make sure you're with the right vehicle, right? You cannot get into a 4-cylinder engine with 4 flat tires with a tenth of a tank of gas left and the oil hasn't been changed and expect to go 190 miles an hour. It's just not going to happen. Your intentions could be there, right? But if you're not in the right vehicle, it's just not going to happen, right? We talked about make sure you're getting, you're able to invest in title company, revenue share, get rid of the 6%. That's got to roll. Your tribe, who's around you. We talked about strategic dreamers. Make sure you're surrounded by them. The one thing you can control is your health. I'm going to whip your butt. Start eating better, drinking water. When I was drinking alcohol and doing all the other crazy shit I was, you know what I was? I was just a selfish person. And when we don't take care of our health, really, the bottom line is we're just being selfish, man. I hope that hurts some of y'all. I want that to sting because you can control it. I get it. It's not easy. What's the alternative? Regret? Right? Your kids deserve you to be healthy. I posted the other day, every child deserves to have a sober father. Well, every child deserves to have a healthy parent. Don't be a jackass. Get your shit together. I love you. What if it all works out? All right, you get amped up about stuff. What if it all works out? All right, reach out to me if there's anything I can do to help you. I love y'all. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Oh, and if you want to join the Inspired Tribe, I'm doing a crazy deal right now that it's nuts. If you want to join the Inspired Tribe or the Brotherhood, reach out to me and I'll get you the details there. It's good stuff. You can't lose, and it's